Welcome back, Fullerton neighbors. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Giselle Monterrosas, and here is your Fullerton Observer Video Recap. Families with umbrellas, balloons, and welcome home signs cheered. Buses honked their horns as 6th grade students from Rolling Hills Community Elementary School arrived home Monday, February 27th at 5 p.m. after being snowed in at camp in Big Bear for 3 extra nights. Their teachers Jody Dyer, Kimberly Clary Horn, and Kyle Williamson accompanied them. The students went to High Trails Outdoor Science School in Big Bear early Tuesday morning, February 21st for 4 days of adventure and science classes, including plant and water studies, archery, rock wall climbing, and a challenge course. It is a 6th grade annual trip. When the snow arrived, activities became sledding, snow fort building, and making many snowmen. They were initially to return on Friday, February 24th, when blizzard weather was imminent. Buses were sent Thursday morning to bring them home early. Unfortunately, roads were already closed. Meanwhile, there were multiple daily updates to families from the school district and Zoom with the camp director to answer any questions. The teachers and camp counselors kept the students safe and warm. They created additional fun and games. Activities included a pizza and movie night and even a talent show. Finally, on Monday morning, the waiting buses put on their chains and the CHP advised they could now be escorted to the camp. Students and teachers quickly boarded and started their homeward-bound journey at noon. 5 hours later, it was hugs, tears, and smiles all around the Rolling Hills Elementary School parking lot. The outdoor science camp was an adventure these 6th graders will forever remember. Officers responded to the 900 block of West Ornsthorpe Avenue regarding a possible newborn baby abandoned in a trash can, which was located in the restroom of the gas station on Thursday, March 9th, 2023 at approximately 3:35 p.m. Once officers arrived on the scene, they located a newborn baby in a trash can inside of the restroom. Officers immediately began life-saving measures. Fullerton Fire Department arrived on the scene and transported the newborn to a local hospital for further medical care. Currently, the newborn is in critical but stable condition. Fullerton Police Department detectives were notified of the incident and they responded to the scene to take over the investigation. The Safely Surrendered Baby Law was signed permanently into state law in January 2006. The law's intent is to save the lives of newborn infants at risk of abandonment by encouraging parents or persons with lawful custody to safely surrender the infant within 72 hours of birth with no questions asked. The Safely Surrendered Baby Law requires the baby to be taken to a public or private hospital, designated fire station, or other safe surrender sites designated by the County Board of Supervisors. OCPA is the agency tasked with cutting global warming emissions in Orange County by providing renewable energy choices through SoCal Edison transmission lines. According to a June 2022 OC Grand Jury report, the board made some bad first steps, including selecting an inexperienced CEO to head the $34 million agency without considering any other candidate for the top position. The report pointed out lack of transparency, oversight, and bylaws, inadequate record keeping, and a series of unfavorable audits since its launch in 2020. Environmental groups have called for changes, and the OC Board of Supervisors announced its withdrawal in December of 2022 in a 3-2 vote. No votes were from the supervisors Doe and Wagner, who also sits in the OCPA board. The June grand jury report concluded that if changes were made, OCPA could become viable. However, few improvements have been made to date, and board majority attempts to look into firing OCPA CEO Problowski. After the last attempt, Problowski filed a whistleblower complaint against the Huntington Beach representatives Dan Kalmick and Mike Posey, claiming conspiracy to push him out and allegedly Brown Act violations. Results of that lawsuit have not been released. Fullerton is an agency member, and Mayor Fred Jung chairs the board with representatives from Buena Park, Huntington Beach, and the city of Irvine, which provided funding to start the agency and has 47% of OCPA customers. Last month, Irvine City Council member Kathleen Tresetter notified fellow board members that Irvine was set to discuss pulling out of OC Power Authority unless both the attorney firm and CEO were fired, and other changes to improve transparency and contract oversight were made. Due to actions taken at the February 15 OCPA board meeting, Irvine has decided to stay involved for now. Actions taken at that meeting included removing CEO Problowski from board positions as secretary and manager of records and hiring a new law firm that would report to the board but not the CEO. In the closed session following the public meeting, the board selected Nicholas Norbel as interim general counsel while the search for a permanent law firm was conducted. The board also discussed replacing the current weighted vote system, which is based on how much energy each city uses, with a system that would give equal vote to each participating city. The change would require amending the joint power agreement and will be brought back to the March 15 meeting, which can be viewed online at www.ocpower.org. Fullerton City Council member Ahmad Zara said, quote, "I have been asking for updates on the OC Power Authority for months. There has been much turmoil in that agency. The County of Orange has officially pulled out, and the state has also been auditing them with disturbing findings. Another thing we're not informed about. We seem to get more answers from the media than from the mayor, who currently chairs the OCPA board. They owe our residents full transparency. I have asked for immediate answers to Fullerton's opt-out rate and a full public review and update on OCPA. Both Council Member Dunlap and myself asked to agendize that at the next meeting." Per Dunlap and Zara's request, OCPA will have an update presentation at City Council March 21st at 5:30 p.m. And that concludes our Fullerton Observer Video Recap. All our stories, including the mentioned headlines, are available on the Fullerton Observer website, or you can subscribe to the classic print edition that gets mailed to your home every 2 weeks. You can also send donations on our website to support your volunteer local journalists at www.fullertonobserver.com. Shout out to Adrian Meza for editing and managing communications. I am your host, Giselle Monterrosas, and we will recap again next time.